We're Chad and Paul, and we've been living full-time in our Winnebago Travato for the past year. Our journey's taken us almost 29,000 miles across 38 states. We've enjoyed some of the prettiest places in this country and documented every step of our journey for you on our YouTube channel. We've decided it's finally time to say goodbye to our dear Van DeLorean and hello to our new van that we'll be moving into soon. So we wanted to take you through what the past year has been like, from some of the amazing highs to the frustrating lows, the peaceful, relaxing times, and those adrenaline-filled adventures. So sit back and enjoy our past year of van life. Somebody please send help.
We are just not made for sticks and bricks at all.
No, we are needing our van so badly, so we're waiting for our new van to come in, but we figured while we wait, in order to relive our van experience, we're gonna go through some of the highlights of the past year, some of the best places we've been, some of the fun things that have happened, and some of the not so fun things that have happened.
Let's do it. So we picked up our van in Florida. So we stuck around there for a while, and we really enjoyed it. There actually weren't, we noticed a lot of van lifers doing it, but
yeah,
Florida van life is pretty cool.
I feel like most van lifers just head out west for the winter, but Florida's got a lot going on.
A lot to love.
Yeah, I mean, so you do have to spend more time in Cracker Barrel parking lots and just parking lots in general. But I trade that for all the fun you can have at the beach, right?
Yeah, because we're total water rats, beach rats. We love it. And we do love stuff out west. We'll get to that. But we just love spending time in the water. So Florida's perfect for us.
Yeah, especially if you can just pull up beachside, you know, and get some work done. And in Palm Beach Island, which is like home of the millionaires, I love making those millionaires jealous because we had a much better view than they did.
Yeah, and just being able to work and then jump in the water and get back to work in the van, you can't beat that life.
Yeah, and Disney World, I mean, so Disney World without a van, it's okay, but Disney World in a van is kind of amazing because you can go on all these rides that Paul made me get on. I feel like you were just testing my vocal range to see if I still had that range. And I do, by the way, I can hit those high notes. You can just, you know, explore the park, and then when you're tired, just walk on out to your van in the parking lot, take a little nap.
Yeah, and you got a fridge in there, so you're not paying for the expensive Disney food. Can't beat it.
Yeah. Florida also has the Keys.
And the Keys were great for snorkeling. We went out down to Key West, saw the sunset there and at Mallory Square. So it was a really cool little place to explore.
Yeah, all the street performers. Although we did have to sleep in some places that we probably weren't allowed to sleep in, but we got by and it was worth a risk for sure.
Yeah.
And in Florida, we fell into some nice routines where we'd be at the beach during the day, and then at night we'd drive to Anytime Fitness, use their deluxe private bathrooms, which if you're van lifing and you haven't joined Anytime Fitness yet, I know with the pandemic things are a little bit sketchy, but it's such a great place to go because of those private showers, nationwide, unlimited access, so it's a good place.
So after we finally made our way out of Florida, we did primarily stay in cities because we were still on the eastern side of the United States. So one of the highlights for me was Nashville. That was really cool there.
So cool. We got to meet with a lot of very sober locals.
Since Thursday.
Oh my God.
Have to come here.
All right.
And eat some good food, and we found a great spot too, remember? Right on the water,
Yeah.
just by the stadium, so we could literally walk over a bridge into downtown Nashville.
Yeah, and I was blown away by how good the musicians are there. Every bar you walk into, astounding music.
Yeah, and what's so cool is I feel like we tend to do more urban boondocking than rural boondocking. I mean, they both are great, but having a sized van where you can get in there and park in the middle of like right downtown gives you access to so much culture and great food. You know, New Orleans was the same way. We spent a couple nights right downtown in New Orleans. I ate my brains out, and again, amazing music, right?
Yeah,
all over.
really amazing. That was a very cool city, very different than any other city in the United States because it has the more French influence to it.
Yeah.
And just their whole culture is a lot different there. It's a really neat place to visit.
Yeah.
Now, the other place that stood out for me in terms of cities was Chicago. surprisingly. I don't know if it's
It was
surprising.
so cold.
but-
So cold over the winter.
Yeah. That was a great city, and they had some really good vegan food there.
Yeah. Again, if you can find a spot like right in the city that's safe and you can access, you have water, there's a dump if you need to use that nearby, great food. I mean, that is a life right there.
Yeah, because normally you'd be paying for a hotel or Airbnb, which is so much, and you can get free or cheap parking in the middle of town.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So on the opposite side of the boondocking spectrum is more rural boondocking. And when I think about rural boondocking, I think about the Southwest because some of the most primo spots for us in terms of boondocking are out there. Like New Mexico, a ton of great boondocking spots near amazing sites like Carlsbad Caverns. Or where did we go sledding in the desert?
White Dunes.
White Sands.
National Monument.
Yeah, so cool. We got sleds and like slid down these. I mean, it feels like an insane like other planet.
Yeah, it's really cool. And the other place I really liked in New Mexico was all the petroglyphs.
Yeah.
So there's some national parks you can go to where you can see the petroglyphs, but there's some like one of my favorite places we boondocked was at a trailhead. And we woke up to the sunrise, and then we walked along the trail up this hill, and there's just petroglyphs there. It was magical, very beautiful.
And they weren't roped off. You could go right up and experience them.
Yeah.
Really cool. And then, of course, right next to New Mexico is Utah, where we had a lot of great boondocking spots, like right by this hike, the Belly of the Beast. It's like a short little trail that's like in a cool tunnel, but it's right by a nice little river, so we would bathe there.
What is that? What is
how I bathe. This is how you bathe.
And then we slept right near this kind of horse corral area. So I feel like when you find these spots where you have a water source, you have a hike right out your door, and a nice place to sleep, it's just perfect.
It's magical, yeah.
And the Southwest just has a ton of amazing parks like Zion, which was beautiful. So many great hikes. And, in a lot of these parks, you can boondock right outside. So you just roll in, you can be first in line for some of these great hikes.
Yeah. After that, we went to Nevada, I think.
Oh, I remember Nevada.
I mean, this was the middle of a pandemic, so we were excited to see Vegas when we first started our trip, but it was pretty much a ghost town. Yeah. And then, in the middle of Vegas, our toilet broke, and we didn't know what to do, so we...
Literally on the side of the road.
With our toilet hanging out the back.
Terrible. We got it fixed, but the valve broke, so it got stuck in the open position. All these black tank fumes were just in the van, and it was hot. It was a nightmare.
It was a terrible situation.
Yeah.
Where did we go after that? Because I kind of blanked after that.
Then we went to like southeastern California, so you could take 395 up. I mean, there's there's Alabama Hills right there. All these amazing.
I love that place.
Remember the hot springs?
Unbelievable. You sit in this hot spring, and you're just looking at the mountains, and you're like, people would pay hundreds of dollars a night, thousands of dollars a night for views like that.
It's totally free. Yeah. There was a point where I feel like we got hot spring fever, and we literally just bounced from hot spring to hot spring. And normally they're in like BLM areas, so you can just boondock right there, wake up and walk down to the hot spring and have a soak.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But for me, and I think for Chad as well, our highlight was Yellowstone.
Yeah, that was like the creme de la creme.
Yeah, and not only because of all the natural formations you can see, like the geysers and stuff, but like our favorite part were the animals. So
the first time I saw a buffalo, it was like, oh my gosh, this is like I'm like looking at a picture book or something.
Yeah,
like, it was
like
crazy.
living National Geographic.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then we saw like wolves.
We saw wolves attacking buffalo.
Yeah, we saw tourists chasing bears that were chasing other tourists. It was insane. Yeah. But the best part, especially if you're in a van, is you can literally just pull off the side of the road, have lunch and chill out. And we saw so many animals just come up to us and pass by us.
Yeah, coyote like 10 feet away. It was cool.
So cool. But you know what? All the good stuff isn't just out west. Even exploring the Northeast, which really is kind of like no man's land for vans because it is a little harder to find places to sleep. We had a great time, like in Maine. We got to see Acadia and boondocked right there. We slept right next to this amazing lighthouse, in the Northeast in Rhode Island. Those rocky shorelines.
It was beautiful, really nice. And of course, our family's up there too, so seeing them is always special and nice.
And then, that just reminded me of Asheville.
Yeah.
We spent
Asheville.
like a month or 2 months in Asheville.
Yeah.
I feel like one day we spent 2 hours just sliding down this amazing rock slide. It was so cold, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, that was definitely another one that's high up on my list of places.
And we met some friends there too. And that's one of the nice things about van life is we thought it'd be kind of lonely, but we had so much fun this past year meeting new friends, caravanning with people. And, to this day, we are still in touch with them and we always meet up with them. So,
And actually, all of our favorite places were places that we met people or met up with them. Florida, Asheville, Yellowstone, Badlands. We didn't even talk about that. That was a pretty cool place as well.
Yeah.
Met some friends there.
There's so much out there, so much to see. And this is just killing me more just thinking about how we're stuck inside a hotel room in Orlando. I gotta get out. We gotta get out. It's gonna happen. We're getting the van soon. Send out positive energy. And hopefully next video we'll see you on the road in our new van. Until then, if you want to see more questionable van life content, please subscribe to this channel or drop a comment down below with some of the places that you've loved visiting in the States, and give this video a big thumbs up. You don't have to smash that like button if you don't want. You can just tap it a little bit, tap it gently. And until then, we'll see you next week.